Hey guys, okay, so when I think about 2010, there's multiple lessons that I've learned throughout this year, and actually wrote a list of them down. There's so many of them that I'll cover them with you, but one of the things that I've learned, and this has not just been this year, it's been every single year, is the value in being a hustler. Now, some people look at hustler as being a negative term because it's associated with several different meanings, but to me, a hustler is somebody that, despite your circumstances and what's going on around you, despite the recession, despite the fact that you've been laid off, despite what people are saying in the economy, despite the unemployment rate, you still find a way to make things work. And I tell people all the time, money is here. Money really isn't the issue. The issue is in finding and figuring out what you're supposed to be doing. I've never ever had an issue with money. There's been times where, yes, I've lost some things, but usually it's during a time where I needed to be quiet and figure out what the direction of my life should be going in anyway. But money is not an issue. Money is actually really easy to obtain. And some of you are like, yeah, right. Well, you know why? Because if you look at people who are immigrants, you always hear these different stories about people who come from countries, from Russia, from Jamaica, from Europe, from, anywhere in the world, Africa. And they get here to the United States, and they always tell these stories of how they came with, $50 in their pocket and didn't know anyone, or whatever it was that was their starting point. And then they get here, and all of a sudden they find an opportunity and they go for it. They end up being able to leave a legacy financially and physically and emotionally for their families and future generations. And the reason why is because they saw an opportunity and they seized the opportunity. And so many of us, when we think about our inability to have access to cash, and we're always worried about how we're going to pay our bills, you might have to ask yourself, what opportunities are you missing out on? Because opportunities come across your lap every single day. The question is, are your eyes open, and do you have the ability to see it? Are you willing to be a hustler? A hustler, in my terminology, means someone who's going to get out here and do what it takes to help their family have what they need, but to also make sure that you continue to keep going forward and you don't get stuck and get stagnant. Because sometimes, guys, you can sit too long to where you become paralyzed, and now all you can think about is embracing your problems and your issues. And so being a hustler, this year was a year for me to go hard and we got a lot accomplished. I wanted to develop my own products, did launch 2 products this year. Wanted to start my coaching program, was able to start that this year. Wanted to speak before a massive event, a huge event, and was able to do that this year. I wanted to travel the world, go to Europe, London, did that. But my point is, it's not about what I've done. It's about seizing the opportunity that opens up the doors to allow that to happen. So 2010 was a very eventful year. It was the year of the hustler. How about that? All right, guys. So I have more to share with you. Continue to watch on with the best of 2010. Bye-bye, guys.